It has come to my attention that there are lots of new fans for Not Like Us. People who may have just discovered the song because of the Super Bowl and love the song and have really no idea what he's talking about. I want you to know what he's talking about. I want to go through it carefully and microscope this song so you understand how genius this man really is. Decades ago, I went to Columbia University for graduate school in creative writing, and we used to do these read-throughs, these breakdowns of George Orwell, Joan Didion, whoever, looking line by line, word by word, trying to understand every choice the writer was making. I want to do one of those on Not Like Us. This is a literary breakdown of this incredible record. We start with A. Mustard on the beat ho. What's he saying? The easy part is this. DJ Mustard made this beat, and he is one of the legendary, iconic, modern Cali producers. And not only is Mustard from California, but this beat sounds like a modern Bay Area sound. And of course, Tupac's second home after he moved from the East Coast was the Bay Area. So this becomes another way of referencing Kendrick's spiritual relationship with Tupac. He is so in tune with the culture and so in tune with Pac that he can make records that reference the sound of the area where Pac is from. So as soon as we start, we've got Kendrick from Compton, Mustard from Compton, we're referencing Tupac from the Bay. It's a whole California thing. I also think you could probably make an argument for a second reading because with Kendrick, almost everything is a double or triple entendre. Mustard is that element that you add to something that gives it an extra zing. So perhaps Kendrick himself is the mustard on the beat, the additive element that gives it that zing that makes it flavorful. This next line I love. Debo, any rap nigga, he a free throw. Debo is a famous fictional bully from the movie Friday, so as soon as you say Debo, every black person knows you're talking about being a bully. And I love the way he turned the noun into a verb. He's the toughest, he's the baddest, he's the bully on the hip hop block. That one over there, he's easy, he's a free throw. But there's more. Debo is the nickname of DeMar DeRozan, a famous Compton basketball player who made it to the NBA and was on the Toronto Raptors when Drake was their part owner, mascot, whatever the fuck. So there's the secondary meaning for sure of I can defeat you in one-on-one just the way DeMar DeRozan, Debo, can defeat you or anybody in a one-on-one rap battle. Just 2 lines into the song, he's referenced 3 California legends already. DJ Mustard, DeMar DeRozan, and Debo from the movie Friday. Man down, call the amber lamps, tell him breathe, bro. Whew! Man down. What happens when someone gets shot? Someone says, man down. So I shot Drake verbally, and he's down. Call the amber lamps. He's having some Black English fun with ambulance, called the ambulance because he's down, he's been shot. But you know, if Kendrick says amber lamps, he's thinking about amber alerts. So here's the first time on the low that he's saying Drake is a PDF. There's a whole other inside joke around amber lamps that I will not go into here. Breathe, bro. You gotta breathe. You're down. You've been shot. I got you. This is typical of hip-hop battling. We are describing the violence we are going to do to you, and that in and of itself is violence. Here's more of that. Nail a nigga to the cross. He walk around like Tizo. We're gonna crucify you, and then you're gonna have nails in your head akin to the high-fashion presentation of the rapper Tizo Touchdown who wears nails in his head. This line I love so much. It's almost Shakespearean. What's up with this jabroni ass nigga trying to see Compton? Oh my God. Jabroni is old school slang for cornball, so he's calling Drake a cornball and at the same time equating himself with Compton. And to refer to himself as Compton is so powerful and so meaningful when you think about all the things that Compton has meant as far as being a sacred space in hip hop and all that Compton has meant as far as a place of violence, a place of success where Kendrick and NWA and Venus and Serena and DJ Mustard and so many other people rose up. So he's saying, you're a little cornball. I am symbolic. I am representative of Compton, one of the most important spaces in all of hip hop. He's saying you're trying to see Compton like I'm so large. Compton is so much and you're such a little jabroni cornball that your eyes can't even perceive the greatness of mighty Compton. And I love how he ropes in the notion of seeing. This has been part of hip hop forever. You can't see me. The industry can hate me. Fuck them all and they mama. Drake is the industry. Drake's a cornball. And he's the industry. I am Compton. I am the streets. I am hip hop. I am America. I am authentic. I am art. You are industry, commerce, music made for Target, as Mos Def said.
In the sense, like, if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, so it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
So I don't care if you hate me. You have nothing that I value. I have everything that I value. I value authenticity, blackness, the streets, hip hop. I am Compton. All of that is incumbent in Compton. You are fucking Target. How many ops you got? It's really too many options. He's saying two things here. How many ops you got? How many people actually hate you? It's Metro Boomin, it's Future, it's The Weeknd, it's A$AP Rocky, Kanye, Rick Ross. There's a lot of people who hate you. Why? I mean, it's really too many options. There's too many different angles that I could take. There's so many options for how to defeat you. I'm finna pass on this body. I'm John Stockton. John Stockton is, of course, a NBA legend, point guard with the Utah Jazz, and his longtime basketball partner, power forward Karl Malone. Oh boy. Let's just say Karl has a child with a woman who was a girl when they made that child. Karl's a PDF, so in aligning himself with John Stockton, he's saying, I'm like the good guy, and you're... So through these first few lines, he establishes, I'm tough, you're corny, I will defeat you easily. He also establishes a deep connection with California, symbolizing his connection to the culture and how his connection to the culture is authentic while Drake's is not. He's saying, I'm authentic, I'm art, I'm hip hop, you're not. I'm the streets of Compton, you're the industry. I'm art, you're capitalism. I live this, I am this. You're a visitor. You're not like us. When he says, beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching, I want to slap my own face. That line is so dope. And it feels old. It feels like something like the grandparents used to say. Like when this song came out, I was like, I need to talk to like some older folks and see like, is this a saying that's been around? Because it feels like a saying that has like old school wisdom in it. Of course, Drake had a huge album called God's Plan, and maybe Kendrick is making reference to that, but I think it's more like, I am morally and righteously beating you up. And if God is watching right now, we're just gonna hide this element that the colonizers used to overtake the locals. Maybe there is a relationship to Drake there. But maybe we'll have to shield God's eyes a little bit from this beatdown. In this whole bit here, Kendrick is just flossing at how bad he is. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Sometimes you just gotta let people know how dope you are. Certified Boogeyman, I'm the one that upped the score with him. Drake, of course, was the certified lover boy. So now he's like, oh yeah, for sure. I'm the boogeyman. I'm the certified boogeyman. You want to be the certified lover boy? I'm the certified boogeyman. And it's like, yeah, you should be afraid of Kendrick. He's the one who makes rappers afraid. He's the one who knocks. He didn't know enough to leave Kendrick the fuck alone. And now he's here dealing with the boogie monster. Like, he said Kendrick's name in the mirror 5 times, and Kendrick appeared and started to ruin his career. Walk him down whole time, know he got some hoe in him. You know what know he got some hoe in him means, but walk him down is important because in street slang, what he's talking about is walking up to your victim, not running by on a drive-by. Pull on him, extort shit, bully death row on him. All these ways of saying, I'm gonna bully you, referencing another LA icon, death row, Suge Knight, the label of Snoop Dogg, Tupac, Dr. Dre, the specter of being a gang within the industry and bullying other labels, because Death Row definitely bullied Bad Boy. Next line is simple, but powerful still. Say, Drake, I hear you like 'em young. It's one of those simple and clear lines that pop out when you're doing a song like this, like that everybody's gonna latch onto and repeat. And of course, this was one of the epic moments at the Super Bowl when he turns to the camera in this way and like, say, Drake. But I think this is important because you see here Kendrick talking directly to Drake. One of the great moments in the battle for me was when I saw a brother being interviewed in London, a man on the street thing, and this guy was asking people to talk about the battle. And this brother said, Drake is talking to the audience and Kendrick is talking to Drake. This is representative of that sort of conversation where Kendrick is directly addressing this man and saying, I am talking right to you. Drake's vibe through the whole thing is, get a load of this guy. Kendrick's vibe is, I'm staring at you, I'm mad at you, I am directing all my energy and intensity right at you. So here again is Kendrick directly speaking to Drake, directing his commentary right at him, like reaching through the song, through the radio, through the phone to directly say, hey, Drake, I'm talking to you. You better not ever go to cell block 1 to any bitch that talks to him and they in love. You better hide your little sister from him. That's self-explanatory. But then Kenny starts to get into talking about Drake's crew that he hangs out with, calling them out one by one, letting him know, I know who your crew is. There's a lot of rumors that Kendrick had a mole in Drake's operation who was feeding him stuff and letting him know what was going on, and who gave him that Ozempic receipt, who gave him that picture with Dennis's shirt in it. So Kenny's naming Drake's peeps as a way of calling them out, but also letting Drake know, I know your team. And just feeding that sense of, maybe one of them helped me. Maybe one of them sold you out. He says, they tell me Chubb's the only one that gets your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. So he's talking about his friend Chubbs, his friend Party, who is, of course, doing cocaine now. So we have all this immorality going on around. You're sharing women. You're doing hard drugs. Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy? That's Drake. Certified pedophiles. That line, that word is plural. He's talking about the whole crew got problems. Wop, 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 dot, fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. Wop, 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 wop. This is 5. He comes back with an automatopoeia for beating your ass. Wop, 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 wop. He's verbally punching him. The next bit has become, of course, one of the most famous bits in hip-hop history. Pretty straightforward. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? That's just an alley-oop so he can dunk it on the next line with a nice, obvious double entendre. Trying to strike a chord? And it's probably A minor. This line is one of the most famous lines in hip-hop history at this point. It was sung at the Super Bowl. Kendrick didn't have to sing it. The whole crowd took up A minor because it's just such a great, funny catch line there. And this double entendre that everybody catches right away, and the way he kind of sing-songs it makes it like fun and funny, and also adds a little bit more of the knife to Drake, because this is something that everybody wants to repeat. This is just a devastating moment in the song. The second verse starts with deceptive simplicity. You think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac, nigga? He's referring back to that ridiculous Tupac AI song that Drake did during the battle. And he's making a reference to, I think, that Oakland show gonna be your last stop, nigga. So, something might happen to you because that's where Pac's from. And they're gonna be really upset to see you after you disrespected Pac with that AI. So again, he is aligning himself with Tupac and the embodiment of the spirit of hip hop. So again, this is a way of him proving his authenticity because he is connected to Tupac. He is here protecting Tupac. And in protecting Tupac, you are protecting hip hop. Did Cole foul? I don't know why you still pretending. You were shitty to J. Cole. You brought him on first person shooter. You should have left him alone. You brought him into this conversation, into this beef. You should have left him out of it. You're freaking whack for that. But also, why are you still pretending? The notion of Drake as pretending, as a master manipulator, as an actor, as someone you can't trust because he's not being who he really is, because he's cosplaying blackness, that keeps coming up throughout the battle over and over. So here's Kendrick again saying, we can't trust you. You're not like us. Maybe that's why Metro and Future named that album We Don't Trust You. What is the owl? Burnt niggas and burnt bitches go. The owl is Drake's logo. We're just shitting on Drake's whole iconography now. Just fuck you. The audience not dumb. I'm complimenting the audience because they can see what I can see, that you ain't shit, that you're a gentrifier, you're a cosplayer, you're pretending. They're with me on this. Shape the story how you want. Hey, Drake, they're not slow. You can lie. You can tell whatever story you want. They're not dumb. They know what I'm really about. This next bit is incredible. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further. I promise I got more I can say about you. Ain't that something? B-Rad stands for bitch and you Malibu's most wanted. Oh my God. Oh my God. Calling Drake Malibu's most wanted is one of the most insidious and hysterical disses of this whole shit. Malibu's Most Wanted is a 20-year-old ridiculous comedy starring Jamie Kennedy as B-Rad, a rich or son of a rich man, white boy, white boy, who tries to become a thug rapper and be all tough and be down with hip hop and urban street culture. This character is ridiculous, the movie is ridiculous, but my God, as soon as you say you're Malibu's most wanted, it's like, oh my God, we see this cornball, this white outsider who's just pretending to be part of the culture. This is one of the illest disses in this whole thing. One of the things with battle disses, if I say the right thing that makes the audience reconsider how they see you and incept the audience, like Inception, like change how the audience thinks about you, now I've really damaged your career. When Ice Cube says on No Vaseline, you guys are getting robbed for your money, that changes the way we see NWA. Oh, these guys don't seem really so badass if they're getting basically mugged by their manager. Jay-Z on Takeover said, you got a one hot album every 10-year average. That is Inception. Nas has an amazing early career, and yet Jay made us think, well, he doesn't really have that many great records. Pusha T introduced to the world the notion that Drake is a father. He's the one who told us and made Drake bring his child out into the public. That changes the way that we see Drake. As soon as you put Drake beside the specter of Malibu's Most Wanted, oh my God, he looks so incredibly corny. During the battle, one of my friends, I think it was King Green, said, Drake should call Kendrick a hotep. That would make Kendrick look bad. Putting him beside the specter of the hotep, the fake intellectual, would be hysterical and might make us see Kendrick differently. But Drake probably doesn't know what a hotep is because he's not that deep in black culture. He's deep enough to know some of it, but he's not deep in it like that. Ain't no law boy, you ball boy. Go fetch Gatorade or something. I'm a real player. I'm a serious part of this situation. You are a sideshow. You are a ball boy. Go get me Gatorade. Like, this is just looking down and stepping on your head verbally. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. I've been in this for years. The taunts keep coming. You niggas will get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxers. What's OVO for? The other vaginal option? Pussy? So we just, nigga better straighten up they posture. Got famous all up in Compton. You better watch how you talk to me. I'm from Compton. I will fuck you up. Might write this for the doctorate. Tell the pop star quit hiding. We've seen a lot of pictures lately, like in recent days, of Kenny at UCLA. He's taking a class or classes at UCLA. I would not be surprised if he is actually in the midst of pursuing a doctorate right now, and he's making reference to that like, I might write about this shit, this Drake shit, in my doctorate. I'm that fucking smart. Fuck a caption. Want action, no accident, stop with the Instagram bullshit. Let's get to rapping. Let's get some songs back and forth. What the fuck? And I'm hands-on. He fuck around, get polished. I got hands. I'm gonna beat your ass. He's also making references to pictures we've seen of Drake and his nails done. So, polish, another double entendre. He could get polished, like he could get beaten up, or he could get polished, like get his nails polished. That's not even a reach. When people are like, yo, you're reaching and putting all these meanings in these Kendrick things, there is in that, I think, some inherent racism. The notion that could this black hood person, this rapper, really have thought of this many things? Yeah, there's a thing called rapper brain, and a lot of smarter rappers, and Kendrick is one of the most brilliant ones, see the world in multiple ways simultaneously and are constantly understanding and looking for places where they can say one thing and mean two things or mean three things for a triple entendre. I am not, when I'm deconstructing this, adding too much and adding things that Kendrick would say, no, I don't think so. I'm sure there's a lot of things that I'm missing that Kendrick would be like, yeah, that was cool, but you missed this and you missed this and you fucked on Wayne's girl while he's in jail. Now that's conniving. This is an important line. Lil Wayne, part of the crew, one of the greatest rappers of all time, was dating a girl named Tammy. Weezy went to prison for a minute, and Drake slept with Tammy. And Wayne's talked about this in interviews. He talked about this on his records. And this, I think, is important because this, to me, is the sort of thing that really earns the incredible anger and rancor and venom that Kendrick is coming at Drake with throughout this battle. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I believe Drake has a tat of Lil Wayne's face on his body, whatever. But like the hypocrisy or the bitch assness of like sleeping with this girl and then getting a tattoo to like apologize and say sorry. Like Kendrick takes character to be so important that I think these moments where we see you have no fucking character. You lie, you chase girls, you hang around with people who got weird cases, you do all this fucked up shit. You try to talk to our wives and girlfriends. I have to get you out of this culture because you are a parasite within this culture. That sort of vibe gets me to the sort of rancor that we see in Not Like Us and why you would have to go on like a holy crusade to destroy this man's career. All the moral things that Kendrick lays out as far as wanting to protect hip hop from this outsider, this gentrifier, this colonizer who does not truly understand hip hop and yet is running around defining it for so many people, but is really not part of the fabric of this culture. He is not like us. Yes, all of that is there. Also, his anger at him being a bad father. Also, his anger at him being a PDF, about being a liar and a person we can't trust. All of that is there. I'm glad D-Rose came home, DeMar DeRozan. He was on the Toronto Raptors. He left there, so he left your team, Drake. From Alondra down to Central, y'all better not speak on Serena. Ooh, this line. From Alondra down to Central gets you to the streets in Compton, and apparently this gives you where Venus and Serena used to play tennis. So he's naming the space, the streets, where they used to play tennis when they were coming up in Compton. So obviously that is like super holy space in Compton because people recognize like this is where this family rose up from Compton to become something. But also, again, proving the specificity of his knowledge and his connection to Compton. I am naming the specific streets. So I am telling you about the history of Serena. I know the history of Serena. It is deep within me. So you better not be saying shit. Don't let her name come out your mouth sideways or I will fuck you up. Serena and Drake used to date. Drake has thrown some little shots at Serena in his records. So, of course, this is why you get a line like this and why you get Kendrick's friend, Serena, crip walking at the Super Bowl. Of course, everything is a double entendre. That moment with Serena was not just about Drake. It was also about taking Compton culture, crip walking, doing it on a big stage. Serena did that at Wimbledon, and putting it in your noses, in your face, that we do black culture wherever we want. Kendrick is doing a black-centric celebration at the Super Bowl, which includes Serena doing a black-centric dance on the Super Bowl. So they're both doing the same thing. Like she's doing it in a smaller version of what he's doing. I guess that would be a synecdoche. And your homeboy needs subpoena. That predator move in flocks. Your homeboy got a case. So you're not the only one. You're not the only predator. You're not the only PDF here. Y'all are a crew. All of y'all are a problem. That name got to be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. You are a problem. You deserve to be on a watch list. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Walk, of course, cough syrup that Drake supposedly allegedly uses. Lean, of course, is a drug reference. So he's saying, I'm the drug who's going to fuck you up. And then we come to the end of the second verse, which is this triumphant Baptist preacher yelling at Drake, a brimstone preacher in the pulpit, like rah, like the voice goes up, the cadence goes up, the energy goes up. Yeah, it's all eyes on me, and I'ma send it up to Pac. Another reference to Pac. That's Pac's album title, All Eyes on Me, but also All Eyes on Me. Kendrick, everyone's looking at me. And if you're looking at me, I'm going to send it up to Pac. He is the spiritual embodiment of hip-hop. I am the defender of Pac. Put the wrong label on me, I'm going to get him dropped. If you call me the wrong thing, I'm going to... This next bit, though. Sweet chin music and I won't pass the aux. I won't pass the aux is what the kids say as far as sharing the music, the chord that you use to share the music. So I'm not sharing shit with you. This is the end. The song is a finishing blow. But the first part of that line, sweet chin music, you know where we've heard that phrase before? Sweet chin music was the finishing move for a famous WWF wrestler named Shawn Michaels. So in a song that is meant to be a finishing move, he's making reference to a famous wrestler gladiator's finishing move. But there's more. Shawn Michaels' big rival was Bret Hart. Michaels famously defeated Hart in a 60-minute, bitter, wild, iconic match that's been come to be known as the Montreal Screwjob. Michaels and Hart are locked together. Their legacies are one. Michaels will forever be known for having defeated Hart. And Hart is Canadian. Are you fucking kidding me? No. So in a song that's a finishing move in a battle with a Canadian, he's referencing a wrestler's finishing move that he used to finish a battle with a Canadian. Are you fucking kidding? And he didn't unpack all of this. He left this for us to find. He knows we're going to go search and find that and figure out and find this Easter egg and go, oh my God, who the fuck thinks like this? How many stocks do I really have in stock? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. He just said he made 10 records about him. I made 10 records about you, Drake, and he put out 5 in this battle. So there's 5 more songs about Drake in Kendrick's hard drive. And we know from an interview from a friend of his who was close to him during the battle that he made 10 records in one session about this Drake situation. So, and all these records that we heard, Meet the Graham, 616, Not Like Us, they all, Euphoria, they all came from that one session. So this man made 10 songs dissing Drake, and we only got 5 of them. So this is a threat, because I got more. I could keep going if you like. Devil is a lie. He's a 69 God. Drake is a liar again, calling him a liar again, saying he is a poor character. He's a 69 God. His nickname is the 6 God. So now we're just taking your nickname and just changing it. And this also is that sort of Inception thing, because like once you hear 69 God in this super popular song about you being freaky, can we ever hear the 6 God the same again? So I've kind of graffitied on your nickname and kind of taken it away from you. These last 2 lines are so dope. Freaky ass nigga need to stay they ass inside. All you and all of your whole, because he's plural, all this whole crew, stay inside. Get away from us. You don't belong out on these streets. Roll they ass up like a fresh pack of Zaza is weed, so we gonna roll you up and smoke you. But then comes the monster line. City is back up, it's a must we outside. Oh my God! It seems so simple, and yet there's so much there. City is back up. Compton is back up. Compton is on the rise because I'm on the rise. My success is Compton's success, but there's more. He outside is one of the deep, coded, short, pithy, powerful phrases that you hear all throughout hip hop. What does we outside mean? We outside means I'm fearless, or we're fearless. We are not afraid. Imagine I'm under siege in the projects, but I'm out front of the building because I'm not afraid of you. I'm not hiding. I'm outside. If you want a piece of me lyrically or with some violent shit, I'm not afraid. I'm not hiding. We outside. I'm fearless. So this ties into the first part of the line, that it's imperative that my people be fearless, be unafraid. So I have led you in battle. Compton is back up. The city is back up. We have defeated Drake. We have defeated the monster, and we're outside. And it almost feels and sounds to me like a celebration is happening. Like I can see all of them like out on the street celebrating because they have defeated the monster. The war has been won. We have won, and we're back up, and we are outside. Now, if you really want to understand Not Like Us, the real answer is in the 3rd verse. In the 3rd verse, he gets down to the real point. A lot of people have thought that the point that Kendrick was making, that you're not one of us because you're biracial. No, it has nothing to do with that, and this is the verse that gets into what he's really talking about with Drake's racial politics. Once upon a time, all of us was enslaved. This is a brilliant start for 2 reasons. Once upon a time is a brilliant start to this because it announces we're about to get into a story, because this whole verse is an extended metaphor analogizing what white people did to black people long ago economically in terms of capitalism theft, and what Drake is doing to Atlanta rappers right now. It says we were enslaved, not we were slaves. It's something that happened to us, not who we were. A critical distinction. But all of us was in chains is a critical line also. Of course, Kendrick is referencing this here because Drake famously said, always rapping like he's trying to get the slaves freed. Which is a crazy line because, of course, you should be trying to rap like you're trying to get the slaves freed. Like, who told Drake, yeah, that line is cool, go with that? It just shows your complete lack of understanding of our relationship to slavery and the ancestors. It's just one of those tone-deaf moments that he keeps coming up with, like the Tupac AI, which is insulting. Kendrick makes direct reference to Drake saying that in the next line. Homie still doubled down calling us some slaves. He's saying he don't understand us. He don't really understand black culture. That's why he would say some dumb shit like that. I mean, can you believe he called us slaves? Like he said we were slaves rather than saying we were enslaved? You might have to be part of black culture on a deep level to understand at a DNA level why it's so important to say we were enslaved rather than we were slaves. And of course, Kendrick understands that and he's smushing it in Drake's face. I mean, rapping like you're trying to get the slaves freed is just a horrendous line. So Kendrick moves into the extended analogy, starting with Atlanta was the Mecca, the center, building railroads and trains. Atlanta was the heart of black culture, and we were building things down there. Bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. Ride with me now. I'm telling you a story. You're going to have to stick with me, but I'm going to educate you. It's crazy that he basically pauses in the middle of the verse to say, I'm going to tell you a story. Wait till the end. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. White settlers were enriching themselves by using black locals as cheap labor, exploiting them through sharecropping and other ways of extracting wealth from their labor. Why are you talking about this, Kendrick? What does this have to do with anything? Fast forward to 2024, you got the same agenda. The same shit is happening now. Tell me more. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Drake goes to Atlanta when he needs to make more money. Let me break it down for you, this the real nigga challenge. We about to find out if you're really black. Then he runs through a list of Atlanta rappers who Drake has gone to Atlanta to work with. It's kind of like the way the settlers worked with black laborers back in the day. Back in the day, white people used to come in and take the products that we were making in the fields. Now Kendrick is saying Drake is flying in, jumping in the studio, and extracting black culture from these creators and using that to enrich himself. So you called Future when you didn't see the club. Lil Baby helped you get your lingo up. In the first two examples, Drake is getting help with his music from Atlanta guys. But the next few examples take this a little deeper. 21 gave you false street cred. Thug made you feel like a slime in your head. 21 Savage and Young Thug both made you feel like you were tough and street. This is getting at part of Kendrick's big critique. I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he acts tough. But you go to Atlanta and you get with these tough guys, and then you feel like you're a tough guy, then you try to make music like you're a tough guy. This is where we get into the actor, the liar. Quavo said you could be from Northside. More of the same. He said you could feel like you're street, but you're not. 2 Chainz said you good, but he lied. They're smiling in your face, pretending like they're your friends. And I don't respect the way you run to Atlanta to mine the blackness of our friends and to pull that back in for yourself. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars, but are you one of us? No, you're not a colleague. You're a fucking colonizer. You're an outsider coming into our shit, taking our stuff, taking our culture, and then profiting off of it. Ultimately, you're a colonizer means you're an outsider. You're not one of us. You're not like us. It's this amazing note to end the song on, to land on colonizer, clinches the whole argument he's been making throughout the verse and throughout the whole battle. You're not one of us. You're not in tune with black culture, with hip hop culture like that, to be down. Of course, the song doesn't really end there. There's 2 more lines that were tacked on, and I think you could hear the sonic difference between those last 2 lines and the rest of the song, both in the atmosphere around the sound of these words and the rhythm and cadence of these lines. These lines were tacked on later. The song was supposed to end with Colonizer, and it comes to a beautiful point by ending on Colonizer, clinching, making that argument with the final word. But Kendrick wanted to do one more insidious thing here. The actual last 2 lines of the song, the family matter and the truth of the matter, it was God's plan to show y'all the liar. He's referencing God's plan. He's also referencing Family Matters, a song that came out the day before. How could he make reference to a song that came out the day before? This is the sort of psychological warfare that Kenny was doing during the battle, making Drake have all these sort of questions like, how could you do that? Did he hear the song before it came out? Is there a mole in my operation? Did someone leak Family Matters to him so he was prepared? The tacking on of these 2 lines would go into Drake's skull like, whoa, wait a minute. How could that be? I released Family Matters yesterday. What does it mean that that's there? Like, what we think happened, and we know partly because one of Kendrick's friends did an interview and talked about the session where he made 10 songs. He heard Family Matters and went in the booth and added those 2 lines. And in saying the name of the song that came out the day before, he did something so powerful as far as making Drake go, how the fuck did he do that? So not only is he beating your ass verbally, but he's also engaging in this psychological warfare that makes you be like, nah, I can't deal with this anymore. I want out of this battle. I love this song. One of the greatest records in hip hop history and an amazing way to end a battle. Thank you so much for riding with me on this journey. If there's other songs you want to hear me break down, let me know in the comments.